Hi friends, welcome back. It is day 3 of week 4, so it is our final arm day. Now you might notice I'm in a different place than I normally am. That's because today we are doing handstand wall drills. So take your mat, scoot it up against a wall with the front or back, one of the narrow edges of your mat pressed straight up against the wall, and then we will go ahead and jump straight into it. Come to a comfortable, easy position with your legs crossed, and then you can place your hands wherever is comfortable. Take a moment to close off the eyes. Now, in this position, I really want you to start engaging your core. When we are doing handstands, it is especially important that you engage the entirety of your core, not just like the front ab muscles, but the entire core. And so for that reason, as you inhale, I want you to focus on expanding your abdomen as far as it can go. And then as you exhale, really focus on pressing your navel back to the spine and knitting the points front to back, side to side, back together with each of your exhales. Inhale fully, expand. As soon as you get to the top of that breath, see if you can sip in just a little bit more air. Hold it for a moment. And then exhale fully. Press that navel back toward your spine and really contract. Take one more breath this way. Nice deep inhale. Sip in just a little bit more. And then exhale fully. Allow your breath to soften and come back to its natural state. And go ahead and blink, open the eyes. Good. Inhale, bring arms overhead. Go ahead and grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Stretch a little bit taller, and then as you exhale, stretch over to the right side. We're going to really take time to care for our wrists and our arms before we begin. Inhale back up to center, switch over, grab hold of your right wrist, really track that up, and then stretch over to the left side on your exhale. Inhale back up to center, bring hands down through heart center. Let's stretch through each of your fingers. So take your right hand first, stretch through the pinky, and then the ring finger, middle finger, pointer, and thumb. It's so important to stretch through the fingers because we spend a lot of time on our hands, obviously, in handstands. So you want to make sure that your base has been well stretched. It's ready to support you. Get your thumb. Good. Extend your right arm out long. You can just place some gentle pressure with your left hand on the right fingers. We're not yanking it, just gentle pressure. Stretch through the forearm. Go and switch to the left side. I'm going to be very thorough today in stretching out these arms. Okay, extend your right arm out long again. Make sure your shoulder blade is plugged down to the back side of your body, and then draw that arm across the body. You should feel this in your neck a little bit too if your shoulder is really plugged in. Right, bring that right arm up over the head, grab hold of your elbow, bring it back to open through that shoulder and also stretch through the triceps. All right, let's switch over to the left side. Again, make sure that shoulder blade is plugged down into your backside. And draw that left arm across the body. Extend that left arm out, bring it up overhead, grab hold of that left elbow, stretch through the triceps on the side. All right, go ahead and release that arm. Let's come into a tabletop position. So go ahead and stack shoulders and wrists, knees and hips. And then we've done this before. We're just going to rock. So forward and back, just gentle rocks. Don't want to take it too extreme. Then point your fingertips out toward the sides. Rock side to side. Point them back toward you. Again, gentle rocks. Don't want to overcrank and hyperextend in your wrists. And then bring fingertips pointed toward the center, just toward each other. Again, rock side to side. All right, now go ahead and flip them upside down. If this feels yucky to you on your wrists, then you can feel free to skip it. If you feel like it's okay, then feel free to take some rocks this way. Point them in toward the center, rock side to side. Point them out toward the sides. And then point them back toward yourself. Okay. Shake them out. Let's build up a little bit of energy. Also get rid of any of those little kinks. Awesome. Okay. Now just to begin and stretch through the hamstrings a little, go ahead and place your hands down, spread through the fingers, press down through those knuckle ridges, tuck under your toes, and draw your bottom up for a downward facing dog. Just going to stretch through the back sides of your legs. We'll just stay here for a moment. This will probably be our only downward facing dog for the day. All right. Breathe here for a moment. Okay, go ahead and drop to the knees. Roll over onto your back. And we're going to do a dish position. So, just like we did in our compression drill flow, I want you to come down to lay on your back. Extend your arms up over your head. We're not going to U-bend as much. I want you to try to keep a firm line. So really engage your core, not just the front muscles, but as if you've got like a corset. I want you to imagine everything that corset would tighten. That's what you want to engage. Okay, so it's obliques, transverse abs, and your standard six-pack as well. But for the most part, I want you to really focus on extending it all the way around your entire torso. So extend those arms up overhead, point the toes, and then just lift a little, okay? Hold here. Breathe through it. In fact, bring your fingers so they're in kind of a diamond shape up above your head. Hold. And release. Good. Okay. Keep your legs extended long. Come up to sit. Place your hands behind your body. And again, to engage that core, I want you to press up into a reverse plank. Hold here. So again, focus on engaging the entirety of that core. It's not just about flexing your ab muscles. Beautiful. Go ahead and lower down. Okay. Flip yourself around so that your back is to the wall. And extend your legs out long. So you want to have your buns literally up against the wall here. Extend your feet out straight. And this is how you measure your distance from the wall, okay? So wherever it is that your heels touch, that is where you're going to place your hands during these drills, okay? This is your measurement. All right, so once you've got your measurement, go ahead and flip yourself around. So place your hands. They should be centered underneath your shoulders, and you're going to have your focal point or your drishti point right in front of, it's as if your hands and that drishti point, your focal point, are making a triangle, okay? So that's where you're going to focus your view as you go through these particular drills. All right, so go ahead and walk yourself up the wall. See if you can form an L shape. Whoop, you might end up a little bit higher than your typical L. But see if you can get your hips squared above your shoulder, and then practice taking one leg up, lowering it down, lift the other leg up, lower it down. Do it 2 times on each side. Whew. And then you can walk your way back down the wall. So another note, as you are in these handstand positions, is you don't want to be puffing your back forward. Does that make sense? And you also don't want to be trying to plug your shoulder blades down your back. You want to stay lifted. Really allow your shoulders to float so that you are pressing yourself away from the ground. Let's do this again. This time, instead of doing your L shape and just lifting your leg straight up, I want you to practice tucking your knee in toward your chest. Again, we'll do one leg at a time, but draw yourself back up the wall. Make yourself find your L, okay? And then practice tucking one foot in, extend, and the other. And then if you want, you can practice doing both simultaneously. I don't expect you to do that if this is your first time doing handstand wall drills, but just something that you can practice in the future or right now if you feel like it. All right. Once you've done a couple on each side, let's go ahead and flip around, face the wall. Plant your hands pretty close to the wall, but obviously far enough that you can not have your head running into the wall. And then go ahead and kick yourself up into handstand here. Again, keep that drishti point with the triangle, okay? Do not collapse into your low spine. Now in this position, I want you to practice pressing up with your shoulders 5 times. 3, 4, 5. So if you're still in handstand, obviously you won't be watching me, but once you kick back out, what you want to do basically in this is lift through your shoulders, okay? So you're pressing your body weight up and exercising these trap muscles. You're really building that foundation. So if you want to give that one more go, actually, let's all do it. So plant your hands, go ahead and kick up. We'll do 5 of these presses one more time. Awesome. And lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower down. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to be doing what I like to call the handstand drills of death. They're called wall walk-ups. So basically, what we're going to do is bring yourself into a plank position where you still have your feet meeting the wall. And what we'll do is we'll walk our way up the wall to where your face is basically pressed against the wall. Walk yourself back down again. And then if you feel up for it, do a chaturanga push-up before we do it one more time. So we'll do this only twice because they are really killer. You can work up to doing it more times. When you are face up against the wall, it can be kind of scary. So if you feel at any point like, oh my gosh, this is terrifying, just come to the point where you feel comfortable and then walk your way back down again. The trick here is making sure that you keep your core engaged, and you can either walk your feet up the wall or you can let them kind of slide up the wall. Either way is fine, as long as you are holding that like dish position where you're keeping the entirety of your core engaged. Do not collapse into your low back in any of these handstand positions. Let's go ahead and do it. So bring yourself into a plank. Here we go. Go ahead and walk up the wall. Keep your core engaged. Walk your hands back, close to the wall. Once you get there, hold for a moment, and then walk your way back down again. Keep the core engaged. You may slip and slide a little bit when you get to the bottom. All right, chaturanga push-up. Oh, and I'm not gonna try to talk through it this time. Straight back up the wall. Keep yourself engaged. Hold at the wall. And then start. Walk yourself back out. Maintain that plank position. One more chaturanga push-up. Good. Drop to the knees. Swing out those arms. Holy moly. Like I said, drills of death. I think the most I've ever done is 5, and I've been practicing them for over a year. So if it takes you a while, me too. That's totally okay. Go ahead and roll through the shoulders. Good. Okay, we're gonna do one more of these wall drills. Super short flow today, but hopefully it's kind of fun learning some of these drills. So one of the most common mistakes that is made as people are starting to do handstands is they start to overcompensate in their low back. They start overarching and they start trying to like compensate for the weight, like they want to bring their belly forward and their legs back. So a good way to practice not getting into that habit is to do this particular drill. So bring your toes to the wall, point them, okay? And then see where your knees are. This is going to be your measuring position, okay? So where your hands are at your knees, that's where you're going to place your hands, okay? Go ahead and kick your way up to a handstand. And in this position, you can drop your feet all the way to the wall first, and then see if you can bend them at a 90-degree angle to practice getting your hips directly over your shoulders and your hands. And once you do that, you'll start to find a little more balance. If you fall, you can just try this one again and again. But watch your low back. Make sure you are lengthening. Lengthen through that low back to compensate for that temptation to compress it. Let's do this one more time. So again, if you need to remeasure, feel free to do that. Otherwise, go ahead and kick your way up. You can go over and then draw your knees down, center your gravity. Once you come down from your handstand, go ahead and spread your feet about hip width apart. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Hang here in ragdoll. You can just sway from side to side. Awesome. And as soon as you feel like gravity has kind of countered a little bit, then you can go ahead and feel free to come all the way down to your back. Go ahead and draw your left ankle over the right knee. Thread the hands behind the right thigh. Draw those legs toward you. Flex that left foot. Flex your left foot. We were working arms today, but your legs do get a workout when you're doing handstand practice as well. Kicking up over and over again can be a lot of work. Go ahead and plant that right foot down. Bring your arms out to a cactus position and then drop both your legs over to the right. If you find yourself kicking up on the same side over and over and over again, that is completely normal, but see if you can practice doing it on the opposite side as well. Balance out. Right, inhale back up to center. Cross right ankle over left knee. Thread the hands behind the left thigh. Draw those legs toward you. Go ahead and drop that left foot down. Bring your arms back out to cactus. Go ahead and roll both those legs over to the left. Awesome. All right, come back up to center. And then you can make your way into whichever variation of Shavasana sounds good to you today. We'll do one more stretch with our arms after the Shavasana, so stick around. Go ahead and place the hands on the belly and close off the eyes. And again, as you inhale, I want you to focus on the breath moving down into your lower abdomen. It doesn't need to be quite as active as when we were starting. We're not trying to build heat. We're trying to build a sense of relaxation. So just focus on the location, not the depth. If you'd like, you can take some nice deep inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. All right, I'll give you one more breath here. Although, as always, if you feel you need more time in Shavasana, please feel free to take it. And as soon as you feel ready, go ahead and roll to whichever side feels comfortable to you today. And make your way up into a kneeling position today, with eyes remaining closed. Go ahead and spread through the knees. Keep feet together so you're in kind of a wide leg child's pose. And then walk your hands forward.
so that you are in a wide-legged child's pose with your arms extended forward. You can come up to fingertips to open up through the shoulders. And then peel the body all the way up. Make your way down into a comfortable seated position. And bind the hands behind the back, roll the shoulder blades down the back side of the body, and then lift the hands away from the back side. So you're stretching through the fronts of your shoulders. All right. Bring hands to heart center. And blink open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for following with me today. I hope that this was an enjoyable experience for you. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. Please join me tomorrow. We will be doing a full body power flow, and it is our last full body power flow of this challenge. So please join me for that. And yeah, have a great day. We'll see ya.